Hello everyone. I am ready to make my final predictions before the Miss Universe pageant tomorrow. I just finished watching the preliminary pageant that they had actually on Monday, but for some reason they waited till today to play it. I have no idea why, which makes no sense to me. So anyway, I want to go over with you guys what my final predictions are. Because the other, about 4 or 5 days ago, I told you my first impression just from all the research I'd done, pictures and videos and so forth. But now that I've actually seen these ladies compete, I have a better idea, and there are definitely some changes to tell you about. So, first of all, I've got these in groups of 5 or 6. My understanding is there's going to be a top 15 and actually maybe a top 16 based on a viewer's choice. So 16 is what I'm going with. And so let me just read you the list and then I'll put them in groups for you. So for instance, we have Colombia, Philippines, Thailand, Iceland, Russia, Puerto Rico, France, Finland, Dominican Republic, USA, Venezuela, South Africa, India, Mexico, Jamaica, Indonesia, and I think I got them all. Russia, I believe I said. So those are the 16. Now, in judging the swimsuit and then the evening gown and totaling those scores and just the overall background information I had on these people, this is the order that I am putting them in. And I want to stress that this is just based on this information, and this means this is who I think is going to be in the top 16. But actually, how they do is based on that night more than up till now. So these are best guesses at this point. So in my bottom group, let's call them, so that would be number 11 through 16. On 16, I have Jamaica. I think she's got a really good look, and she has a good personality and presentation skills. But I don't think she's as strong as some of these other women, so I'm putting her at 16. And that's based on the scoring also that I gave her. Also in that top 16, top 16 would be Finland. I think Finland has really made an impression on me and surprised me, so I'm putting her there. She could be someone that surprises a lot of people. Indonesia. Now, Indonesia was higher on my list, but I haven't been as impressed with her in this preliminary competition, so I have moved her back. Dominican Republic has moved up. She wasn't in my top 15 before, but now she is. And Dominican Republic has done well in some recent years, at least in this regard. France. Now, France I think I had higher as well, but I've put her in number 12 place, number 12, because she was came across kind of angry in the swimsuit competition. She didn't smile at all. I don't think you have to have a big silly grin, I'm not saying that, but she just didn't look happy at all. And as far as the evening gown, she did better, but I still think she's not doing as well as she could. So right now I have her in number 12. And then this one might surprise some people, but Miss South Africa has definitely slipped for me. I have her right now in place number 11. She's still strong, and I think she could move up if she gets into the top 15 and does really well that night. Tomorrow, by the way, this is tomorrow night here in our country. It's Sunday evening, and I believe it starts at 7 p.m. It's on Fox TV in the U.S. And of course, it's from Las Vegas, Planet Hollywood, I believe. Then we go to number 6 through 10, so the middle group. And this is really hard, but this is who I've got in here. So at number 10 right now, I have Thailand. Now, Thailand is another one kind of like South Africa. I think they could both move up if they do well that night. But right now, I do have Thailand in number 10. I just don't think she's as strong as some other people do. And then number 9, Venezuela. Again, there's some really, really strong candidates in this top 10 especially. And, South Africa nipping at their heels. So I just think that it's so hard that these are some really great ones, but yet she's still only number 9. So Venezuela, I think she's good, but I think she's got some growing to do. And hey, anyone who wins Miss Universe, I'm going to use the current Miss Universe as an example. I didn't really care for her at all when she won, and then I saw her today in the preliminaries, and she has really, really grown. She's done so much better now. As far as her presentation, her looks, she doesn't look so timid. She doesn't look kind of scared. So, that certainly helps, all that practice. Number 8, this person has moved up for me, and that's Miss India. I don't even know for sure I had her in my top 15 before. If so, she was towards the bottom, but now she's in the middle of the pack, so she's moved up. And again, that's Miss India. Much better in person than in some of the videos or in some of the pictures I've seen. And then we come to number 7, and that's right now Miss Mexico. Miss Mexico is, again, stronger than I originally thought. So I would say that about India and Mexico. So I have her at number 7. Mexico traditionally does very well in some of these Miss Universe pageants. I think she will this year as well, but it's just a matter of such strong competition. How high can she go? I don't know. And then number 6 might be a surprise, but I've moved Puerto Rico up. Puerto Rico has really impressed me in this preliminary competition, and she has come across stronger than I originally thought she was. So I guess that's those 3 all I would say that about India, Mexico, and Puerto Rico have moved up on my list, whereas South Africa and Thailand moved back. I think Venezuela is about the same. So USA and oh, sorry, the top 5 are the next group I want to talk about, and I would start with, guess who? Miss USA. Um, I really like her, and I was really happy when she won Miss USA, but I don't think she's coming across quite as well in this pageant, although she was very strong in the preliminaries. So when I say not quite as well, I mean, yes, she's still in the top 5, but I have her at number 5. I don't honestly like the way she's wearing her hair. Um, it's not quite as flattering, I don't think, but it still looks nice. She's still a very attractive woman, obviously. And then we move on to the top 4. Now, these 4 could shift and move, but this is my current feeling, and it's just so close at the top, honestly. It really is. But definitely I have Russia at 4th. Now, I had Russia in the top 2 earlier this week, but she slipped a little for me. I don't, I saw some things that I wasn't as happy with her, but I still think she's quite strong. I think I had her at 9.5 out of 10, so that's still pretty darn good. And that leaves 3 people: Colombia, Iceland, and Philippines. So, and let me just say this about Miss Philippines. This is very, very strong pageant country. They love, love, love pageants in the Philippines, and I'm with you there because I do too. But they're very, very strong for their candidate. And they have strong candidates, but you kind of have to look beyond just your own. Like, I mean, my candidate, if that was true, would be Miss USA, and I have her at number 5. I don't automatically put Miss USA at the top because she's Miss USA. And I just feel like a lot of people do that with their own country. And so hopefully some people realize that just because a girl is from your country doesn't mean she should automatically win. Saying that, I really think she's a great candidate, and I think Miss Philippines could win. I'm also really, really happy right now with Miss Iceland. Now, Miss Iceland hardly ever, if ever, I don't know, I'd have to look at the history, gets into the top 15. So I could be totally off on that. But I think she is so strong this year. And then Colombia is always strong, like Philippines. So, Colombia and Philippines, we all know what happened, 2 years ago with that whole thing. So I think they'll both be in the top 5 again, and unless something really goes wrong with one of them. And, they're going to do it where they've got the swimsuit competition, and that will take them from 16 to 10. Then they'll do evening gowns. That'll take them down to, I believe, 5 or 6. And then final questions, we'll take them down to the final three. Of course, they'll all answer the same question at that point. So I would say this, that currently I have Colombia at third, Philippines at second, and Iceland winning Miss Universe. But I think those two could easily flip. Philippines is so strong. So, you know, it really depends what happens that night. And so right now, that's my current thoughts on it. I'd like to know your thoughts. I mean, you don't have to agree. That's fine. We all have different opinions, but these are mine, and I respect yours. I'd ask you to do the same as you give me your choices. Especially, let me know who your top five is in the comments. And I would look forward to seeing the pageant tomorrow night here in the U.S. and you know, obviously different times and days for some other countries. But please continue to watch these videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, everybody. Bye.